Alright everyone, welcome back. Welcome back. Alright, I am definitely, but just in case, I'm gonna record it as well. Alright, so I'm here. So sugarcane's gonna grow real nice. I'm gonna have more wheat than I know what to do with, which is awesome actually. I do want to get more dirt for the fact that I want to have like a chicken farm and not use as much fence, you know, save time, just more efficient, you know. So I need a shovel, preferably like an iron, or if I don't have much iron, I do have enough iron, which is nice. But do I have coal? Well dang, I don't actually have that much wood stuff, but I at least have enough to cook some iron up. So I'm gonna do that. Also I'm gonna get stone. No. There we go. So like, one thing that really annoys me is like how much stone is just one dirt below. Like, that's really annoying to me. I don't know why it's like that. I wish it wasn't. I'm just gonna deal with it for now, but I'm hoping eventually I'll have enough dirt to where that kind of thing doesn't happen. And thankfully right here it doesn't seem to be the case. And yeah, I know. I like focusing on that kind of thing. I don't know why. Like, I really like just how things look, just like managing like the things that I want it to be, you know. You know, I feel like there was a time in my life when I really focused on like being super smart and stuff, and then I realized that in real life, like a lot of the time, it doesn't matter. Like I decided to be that way so that people would believe I'm capable and everything. Or I used to like check my IQ. I used to like learn a whole bunch. And I used to like take like engineering ideas really seriously. I had like blueprints and stuff that, or plans, ideas that I wanted to do. And it ended up that basically it didn't matter to a lot of people. So I ended up and I mean that's kind of a normal thing though. Whenever you have like new ideas, people beat them down. It's just the way that life is. Like, whenever there's something new or unknown, they're like, nope, nope, and they call him stupid. Like, the second that they hear Galileo saying, no, the Earth goes around the sun, they're like, nope, you're a quack, and they send him to jail. Like, it's absolutely crazy. Like, to be honest, I really, hang on. I like the idea of like just of at least trying something new, because I get so bored whenever I'm like, well, this is the same old thing. I don't know what it is, but like social situations, like I'm fine, and you know, I can't mentally bring myself to be faking them a lot of the time. I will, like, you know, I will say, I will be disingenuous in some points just to like, or no, I don't know if that's the right word, but I will be disingenuine is not genuine, right? I think that's what it is. And but in case I'm wrong, that's what I think the word means. I might be wrong, but just so everyone knows. Alright, I might as well go with what I know. But I will be not genuine at times, just because I feel like people expect me to be. Like, because a lot of time I've realized, like, whenever I, like, actually said what I think, everyone looks at me like, well, I hate you. Like, and I don't even know what the thing is, like, whenever I talk about stuff and everything that I want to talk about, that I don't usually talk about, and it's just like, well, no. Just, they just disagree. And, like, I often just try to, like, ignore and like keep going, I guess. Because like in my mind, I'm like, well, if they're deciding, if people like decide to be against me, then I'm not gonna change their mind. For lack, like, so I'm like, yeah, I'd rather put my effort to something that's actually gonna yield like fruit in the future. You know what I mean? That's actually gonna be productive and mean something. Because if you try, like, there's a certain point for me whenever I would get into something and I would really be interested in everything, and then I was very productive on it, you know. And like I remember there were times when I was getting very, very, very good grades, like straight A level in like high school, and other times I never ended the semester with it. But I remember points whenever I was doing really well, and then I would just hear like, "Well, I'll be happy whenever you, um, I'll be happy whenever you, it's not over yet. Like they're just waiting for me to fail so they can, I don't know. It's, and I hate saying that, but like, I mean, I don't know. It's for lack of a better term, I need to like. I sometimes feel I need to talk about stuff, and like when I was growing up, I couldn't talk about it, and like I'm at this point where I'm like, can I talk about anything I think about? And am I able to bring up anything that I ever feel is like a core or a problem? And a lot of time the answer is like no, still. Because you don't have much validity if people don't see a reason to believe, and even if you have all the sources, you have all the right information, and you have all of the research and everything, people can just call you dumb, and they can like disbelieve you and that kind of thing, and like a lot of time I'd be guilty of the same thing. I wouldn't believe someone who is right because simply put, like, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know yourself. You wouldn't know whether or not that information is correct, and it's almost wrong to just assume that it's correct. Based on, you kind of have to test things out for yourself and like see what works. But, and I mean that's part of the reason why I'm so explorative, or like I'm I'm very uh, I explore a lot of alternatives in my head and in real life, and like I often try to learn, and I'm really curious about a lot of stuff. I often really wonder like whether or not something is right or something is wrong. I always end up wondering, and I know a lot of people end up having like this black and white like idea of like people and everything. But for me, I'm like, yeah, I do believe that some things are just inherently wrong. Like, but at the same time, I also think that it's right for people to learn, and you know, as long as it's not something like absolutely insane, like, say, your, what is it? Like something absolutely insane, like, I believe that, it's right to, what's YouTube friendly? Hang on. Like, oh, I believe, like, it's something that's not crazy, like, oh, I believe it's, I believe it's right to put people like, and I see this a lot actually. Like a lot of people believe this, but I think it's right that I put people down. Everyone else is just being dramatic and do this kind of thing, and and it's really weird because whenever some people will like say, "Oh, it's not right for you to do this," and then they do the same thing, and I mean I hate it, and maybe I should still like maybe it is still good advice, but I'm like I don't know how to do that. Like I only know how to model my life after what I know how to do, like what I know, if it makes sense. So like my abilities and like what I can do and what I can't do. So my goal is to find out my strengths, what I can and can't do. Right, and that's a lot of dirt, and that's really good to be honest. The this really put the time into the dirt that I wanted to get. Um, let's see. And I just there's like a bit of me that I'm just like, yeah, I just want to be alone. Like a lot of time, I just want to be alone. Like I just want to be free. I just want to like be happier. Because a lot of time, like it's like there's a choice. There's like a distinct choice. And like the thing is, I am a bit social. I have social needs, but at the same time, I'm like, and I do appreciate people. I really do, and I care about people a lot. And like, and I really do. A lot of times it doesn't seem like it, but like a lot of time I'd say like, oh, well, I just, and this is like the podcast. I say I like talking. I like talking about what's on my mind. Why not? But but I like to essentially, what's the word? What's the expression? And I've had this so much where my mind just kind of where my mind just kind of wanders, to be honest. But but yeah, I honestly wanted to talk about it, so I am gonna think about what I was gonna say. Um, um, I mean, yeah, maybe I'll just continue talking about other stuff I want to talk about until I maybe think of it again. But like yeah, I essentially just I like to. Oh yeah. That's what I was gonna talk about. I like to just do stuff on my own, like do my own thing. I like to explore. I like to create. Like I like to. I like to live. I like to live without with like curiosity and like I don't really believe that there is an absolute, like a lot of time if there is an absolute truth or something like that, I often like will wonder about it. I will like in my head I'll mull it over, or like I'll like because and this is just how I am as a person. But like I really crave like meaning as a person. I really crave like, all right, so this didn't work. Now what will? Because a lot of the time, what a lot of people, and this is, and this is fine and everything, but like a lot of the time, I can't really just fit in, and I can't really just do what other people want from me. That's one of the things that I am absolutely horrible at, because I don't like it almost feels like a lot of time um, I have to like navigate how to look the best to people. And if I did that all and if I had a goal to do that, it would never end. It really never would. but at the same time, I want people to at least like understand where I'm coming from. And then if they like deny me or anything, that's fine. Like what I'm really looking for is like I'm curious. I'm wondering where my like what's the right thing, what's gonna lead. And a lot of time it seems like uh, the world's so crazy. It's really difficult to look for what's like the right thing, if it makes sense. And it's such a I don't know if I'm being weird like about this whole thing I'm thinking about and like talking about in Minecraft hardcore, because like this probably isn't the place to talk about this. I should make a podcast if I'm gonna talk about this. But like I still feel like talking about it, man. A lot of time I get so I get really internalized about a lot of things. I get real I think about these things and I'm like, all right, what's the truth here? Like what is the reason for this? Why did this thing start? What? And I think really subjectively about specific things. And like if it makes sense, I think about like the world in general, and I like think about the way it is, and I'm like, all right, so how can I find my place here? Like, how can I end up finding a place where I myself would be happy in, or like how I can be the best me that I can be. And like be the best me. For me, that's just like, what do I need to do? What should I do? What am I supposed to do? And like the thing is, wherever I go, everyone has an answer. Like everyone has. I've been to multiple places, multiple, and I don't think there was ever a single place where someone didn't have something that they wanted, that they expected from people, and from myself, and to be honest, like there was a point where I just didn't think about that kind of stuff, and I miss it. I miss it so much. Like I really wish that I just could not think about that kind of thing anymore. But I think the ship sailed, to be honest. But I mean, and I used to just go through things, and like I wouldn't be so focused on like planning and like doing. I just wanted to do sports and have fun, and do things that I wanted to do. Like I wanted to play video games. I liked the challenging kind of stuff. I liked improvement in video games. It makes me feel good. Like in Kingdom Hearts, I used to love that game. Like in Kingdom Hearts 2, I mean, it was my introduction to the games and everything. And for me, I had only PS2 games. All right, I didn't have online play. I didn't have that kind of thing. And essentially, what I had was I had that game. I had other games. And like one of the things that I used to do in like many games was I used to get really frustrated, or I'd like get so stuck on it, and I'd hyper focus on a game where I'd like get really into and interested into something. And for me, it was those points where I was the most present, where I could actually be the most like where I could really be into it. But that being said, like of course there's a lot more to life and everything, but I get so into it that I would not think about anything else. And then when it was gone, like taken away or anything, I would think about it way more. I would just it would be like whenever anything is like taken away for me, or like whenever I'm told to do a specific thing, it's like the way that I believe this is a science quote, but for every action there's an equal but opposite reaction. And I mean, I've seen this at least. I could be I mean, I don't know. I might be filtering this in my head wrong, but like I'm thinking, if someone pushes you real hard to be a specific way, and you and you know and the person that you are, there's gonna be like an opposite, equal but opposite reaction, and it differs from the person. But I personally think like people will dedicate more to the person that they are in order to in order to uh in order to and it's like it's natural kind of. If you're a passive person, you'll dedicate more to being passive and doing what people say. And I mean, I'm not really sure. And it's like, hey, you shouldn't be passive or something like that. And they're like, oh, okay, like I won't be passive. Like it doesn't really solve the issue. And like, I mean, I don't know. It's like one of those things where it's like whenever you tell people to do things, it's like you suddenly become the person that is guiding them, and it's like you have to be held responsible for it. And it's like it's weird like that. Like I mean, I might be wrong or something like that, but like it's like if you really think about it, whenever you tell someone to do something or something or anything like that, and it's like you don't know the kind of life that they lived. You don't know what their life has been like. They lived an entirely different life. Like they did not live the same life at all. And it doesn't matter if their life was harder or different. The fact that their life is different is just plain enough to like say, all right, so this thing that I've been through works for me, and I'm gonna try and get this to work for other people as well because it's right. And the fact that other people are different, it it's just it won't work the same way because like each case is different. It's just the way that I see it at least. And I don't know why, but I feel infuriating. I feel like anyone who would be listening to me would, because I hear the people who would be disagreeing with me in my head, and I'm just like, I don't know why. I don't know why whenever I talk about things, I just always hear disagreement in my head. And like the thing is, whenever I talk about things with people in general, I always feel like, well, now I probably shouldn't have said that. Like I probably shouldn't have. But like at the same time, I really just want to make decision. I want to do things. I want to like learn, like have conversations about these kind of things. And if I have to like shut down the person that I am on the inside in order to like, oh well, I have to do everything I have to be this person that this person expects me to be. And like it's one of those things where it's like I can't. Like even when I tried, I couldn't. It just wasn't me. And specifically for me, I'm I'm more of a I'm more of like an enthusiast for like things that I believe in and things that and things that I am really interested. I am very like what's the word? I'm not motivated by other people or my outside circumstances. Like, or I guess I like a lot of time my satisfaction comes from the fact that all right, so I did something here. And like the fact that like other people try to convince me, like whenever other people try and convince me, and I'm like, all right, I hear that, and then I think about it. I'm like, I thought that through, to be honest. And I'm like, I end up thinking about it, and I'm like, there's hundreds of points, and I'm like, I could go on and on about this, but then it would just seem like I'm trying to contradict them. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, that must be how other people feel too, because other people are trying to like do that same thing where they're trying to essentially, they're trying to essentially make other people a different way. And I'm not talking about specific people. I actually see it as just in the world period. Like, oh man, I have burnout from just talking, but because I end up thinking, I end up getting like, I end up thinking about like, I whenever I'm alone, I can talk about these kinds of things a lot better. But like just the idea of like streaming my thoughts is honestly a little bit jarring. Just simply for the fact that like I could have like someone saying, "Hey, no, that's dumb." Like no, and then like hear it, and then like hear it, and I'm like, well, I don't have the energy to fight that hard for whatever argument. I don't feel like social. I don't feel the need to be like believed in, or I feel like if I'm this specific way where I'm like, if people don't believe in me, then how can I trust them to lead my future? And I'm like, and I'm at this, and it's like, I end up thinking about way too much. I'm like, oh gosh, I have to think about how I come off, and thinking about how this kind of thing, because I always like doing all the possibilities, because as crazy as it is, like one single thing you do can actually massively impact the way your life goes. And like for me, like I'd really just like to free myself from the idea that like, oh, I have to be prepared to make myself seem um, valid to all the people who I meet, when I have specific goals, and I'm like, I don't really, and the thing is, I can't even bring myself to have the energy or desire to like talk about it even, because like I'm like, just so many times I tried talking about it, and like, and no, this is just with multiple people. This is just with hundreds and hundreds of people that I've met, and I tried talking about it, and then it almost felt like nothing productive happened. Like I didn't accomplish anything. I didn't do, and for me, that's something that I feel particularly sensitive to. Like I feel downright, what's the word? I feel just horrible, like at the idea that, oh man, I um I just did something and ended up with like essentially the feeling is I just did something. I tried doing something, and then it ended up in not happening. It's like I just attempted to I just attempted to be understood, and it's like not happening. I'm like, and I can't even blame anyone else, because I'm like, yeah, I'm just not explaining it that well. So I'm like, and basically what I'm doing is I'm filling up time with like something that I feel like talking about, that I just feel like I want to, I need another. I think what I want to do is I want to get more wood with an axe, so I can get more sticks and like wood kind of stuff, and fence. I need more fence as well, so I'm gonna need more axe regardless. Oh no, I won't need more axe. I think I'll have enough wood after grinding it for a little bit. Oh, it's a 1 high tree, or is it a 2 high tree? Sometimes I just want to like chill and speak my mind. I have some things on my mind that I feel I want to talk about sometimes, and I just don't talk about it. Like I just don't like, and sometimes I'm just like, more than anything, I just want to like, I just want to like think out loud, if anything. Because a lot of time, just being internal with everything on my mind, and it just stays internal. it just stays there. It gets stuck, and like I can't really change it. And it's like, as much as I want to like just move forward with other lines of thought or other ways of thinking and like finding it, it just doesn't happen. Oh man. And you know, I'll be honest, the way that my life has, um, the way that I've learned in my life, I've really most of the valuable things that I have gotten in my life happen whenever I took them. It happened whenever like when I say valuable, I mean like experiences and like valuable lessons in my life and like meaning um, and you know like the good um, you know good I don't know how to word the everything that is good that happened from and like the best things I saw that happened in my life basically all happened um, whenever I chose to go the direction that I decided to, as opposed to the one that was chosen for me. Because it, like, you know, and it's nothing, and I feel like I try not to offend anyone. Like I literally, and the thing is, I try so hard not to offend anyone all my life, and like, it's so difficult. It's so difficult, and a lot of time it's like, what's the word? Oh man, it's crazy because a lot of time I just end up thinking about it. I'm like, is there anything that I can do to like just get what I feel is valuable for me? And like a lot of time I don't see like it's indirect, but like a lot of time I'm like, is money value? Like, is money value? And I'm like, of course money is valuable because I'm at this point I'm worried about I'm like constantly thinking about all right, so I have to worry about gas and I have to worry about because if I didn't, I'd have no money. I'd straight up have no money, and I wouldn't have this house. I just wouldn't. Like, and that's why like a lot of the time I'm like, all right, so I think I need to get a bit more money, you know, and do that kind of thing. And the thing is, like, if I just let it be, because the way that I am particularly is that I'm kind of like all in on a lot of things. I'm either all in or all out. Like um, like it's kind of just the way that I am. Like I'm either interested or I'm not. I either am super invested or I'm not, or just period. And for me it's like finding that point where like, am I invested in this? Do I really care about this? Do I enjoy it? Is it valuable to me? Do I believe in it? And like um, all those things kind of come together at some points. Like, yes, this is exactly what I want. This is how I'm doing it, and a lot of time it just the circumstances all form together in a way that's like all right, so this kind of thing and this kind of thing, and like it's like it depends on a bunch of different things. Like, all right, so what happened? What's happening right now? What has happened in the past? What is going to happen based on what I've seen from different things, and then and that kind of thing. And to me, it sounds like if I were to just come upon this stream, I'd be like, "Wow, you're saying a lot for nothing." Like I would like to be honest. I'm my biggest critic. To be honest, like I criticize my thought process, my everything so much, which makes it even more confusing whenever whenever other people are like, "Hey, you should be doing this," and then they're like, "I'm disappointed. Why aren't you doing it?" And I'm like, "Look, you are less disappointed than I am with what I'm doing. Trust, because like I'm like, what? How can I?" Like at that point, it's just like confusing me, and I'm like, "What do I do?" Like, and I get all confused. Hang on, I'm gonna get some dirt right there. And if I seem a little bit sporadic, alright, so what I ate today, so I had a bowl of like bran flakes, and then I had like a whole pan of brownie that I cooked today. And it didn't, I don't remember if I had anything else, but I think that's all I ate. But you know it's enough. What else did I get? I feel like I had better stuff too. Did I have better stuff? Oh yeah, I had a can of canned tuna. Um, that was decent. That was decent. I'm just going through my supplies at the moment. I'm, I'm, I'm stockpiling my stuff that I can eat. I'm just going. I like a lot of time. My process for getting food every day now is like looking at all the different foods I have, and like, all right, which one should I do? Or like thinking about it. I'll sit in bed. I'll like wake up and I'll end up thinking about what I should eat. Because I'm like, I don't feel like I should get up and just waste the energy if I just get up and like, because the truth is, if I got up and I didn't think about something I want to eat, I'd get up, I'd feel exhausted, I'd be in a bad mood, and and then on top, and I'd be like, I'd be upset that I'm up. This is a really weird thing. I don't feel like anyone else is maybe like this. Maybe they are, but I don't know. I'd be upset that I'm standing up and doing stuff. But now I think about it, I don't think that it's just in my head I feel like that's gonna happen. I don't think that actually happens, but like in my head I'm like, maybe it does. But like I'd be up in my head I'm like I'd be upset that I'm up and I'm going to the fridge and stuff, and I don't know what to eat. I'm like, I'm here and I don't know what to eat, and I'm going through all this stuff, and I'd be like, calm down. And that's like my mantra. I'd just be like, calm down, because like a lot of the time, if I don't like calm myself down, then I end up like then I end up like getting way too manic. Because the thing is, my brain, the way it is, like I do things. I think with I think with my why I think while I do things, and I think while I'm doing things, if it makes sense. Did I just say the same thing twice? I don't know if the emphasis properly said what I was trying to say, but yeah, oh my gosh, what am I saying? This is the most chaotic ramble I've ever had in my entire life. And possibly to people, or a person at least, or zero people at least, which I don't feel better about. It's fine though. But hang on. I need to actually have my goals in order. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sticks and planks. I'm gonna sleep before that. There we go. Oh, what? What if I make all the others out of acacia? like that. Kind of sucks, to be honest. Because now it's just gonna be all different colors. Nah, forget it. Oh, it is all that color. There we go. I'm not as upset about it anymore. Oh. But sometimes I just want to be free from, like, the voices in my head that, like, of what people have told me to do, and I'm just like, I just want to make my own decisions. I just want to, just let me be a person that is me. I'm not, I don't need to do what other people do. I just need to do me. Please, just let me do me. It's like everyone else is fine. Can I be fine too? Like, hang on. Or no, everyone else is not fine, and then I'm not fine as well. I feel like that's the way that, because, like, the way that I think it is that everyone's told what to do at different points, and it's like, oh man, I don't know. I just wanna be control. I just want control for my life. Hang on, there we go. Yeah, organization is one of my favorite things. Like, whenever I organize, I instantly feel better. I look at stuff and I'm like, that's something that I really like right there. And the thing, and what makes it even better is that I did it. Like, I'm like, I did this myself. I made it organized, or I made safety, or I did this thing right here. Like, it makes me happier. What am I doing? Right. Okay. Is this it? Or no? It is it. There we go. Alright, let's get some more though. There we go. And I think that'll work. I think it'll work. I think it's good. Alright, what I can do. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hey, stop! Go back in! I'll get you in, don't worry about it. Come on. Oh, it's a little bit annoying that there's just a single sheet right there, but it's not. It actually isn't a big deal. I lose like 1 week, and then look at all that weed I have. It's just growing along. Alright, so don't deviate me from my path, please. There we go. Hey, stop! Thank you. They listened. Wow. This is perfect. There's already a chicken in it. Plop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in fact, now that I think about it, I got it. I got the chicken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it like... It is like that. There we go, though. Right? And what I can do now... Oh, heck yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Ooh, another thing I can do. And another thing I can do. Notice there isn't as much excitement in that one. It's a little bit of dread. You guys seeing this? You guys seeing this? Dude, I'm stoked. Yeah, don't worry. I won't do that again. Unless maybe I randomly catch the desire to say it again, but I'd say your odds are pretty high that you won't hear that again. Unless I feel like it. But the odds are that won't happen. Unless for some reason I decide to do it again. But you're probably really annoyed. Yeah, so I'm not gonna, you know. But maybe I will still. No, I won't. Don't worry about it. Unless... Alright, hang on. Oh, that reminds me. Whenever I whenever I work out, like, really hard, I have this thing where, like, my voice just goes to this decibel that I've never heard from another human being, except maybe Corpse from YouTube. And no, it sounds more. No, I don't feel like it's that low. But just the amount of, like, what's it called? Just the fact that it's so, like, disorienting. It sounds rumbly and, like, I couldn't explain it. I could not explain it if I wasn't here. Like, I remember at the gym once, I was actually, like, you know, of course, working out pretty hard, you know, like you do at the gym. And, like, there was this guy, and he was talking to me about the right way, or, like, he was either asking or telling me about how the machine went. And, and I remember talking to him, and it was in that voice. And I wondered why he was like, oh, he's like, oh dang, his voice is crazy, man. No, it's temporary. It's a status effect of like working out. Like I don't understand, but it goes absolutely crazy sometimes. Like whenever. Hang on. And the thing is, like, I never expected. Like, I always end up randomly talking, and I'm like, whoa, what's my voice doing? Yeah, and I'm like, that's so cool. And I wish I could add that more often. It sounds so nice. Alright, hang on. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so there's more of that, and there's more of that. Perfect. And you know what? This is a good thing, right here. Watch this. Look at that, that's gonna make a bunch of new trees. Can you guys wait? I mean, I can wait, but do I wanna? No. Hey! Here, cows. And sheep. No! Come here. Oh, I pressed it. Well, you're coming along with everyone else, so... There we go. Okay. But you see, my rant gave the plants enough time to grow. Look at it. I could just go all the way through it and get all the seeds and wheat that I'll need to grow that entire farm right there. That's pretty cool. As well as the paper I'll want. That's real nice. But you know what? You know what? Say I went for like 1 minute. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that just be amazing? But you know what? I'm not gonna just do that to you. I'm gonna do something that you will find super, maybe not entertaining. Alright, hang on. So there's sand right here, right? Alright, stick with me. You know all that fence that's extra? Not using that. I'm using this. And you know, so there we go. You know. So, here we go. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. And, eventually you'll have windows, seeing, like, the cows. Maybe right now. Hang on. I just want to see the windows. Alright, so there's some windows. And just for the sake of it, you know what I mean? Just for the sake of doing it, I'm gonna do this. See that? You see it? I'm not sure you see it. Hang on. We have the fabled cow watching sport right here. But hang on, there's something in the way. Amazing. You know, a single bamboo did 16. Imagine all the ones that'll come from all these. So 16 times 16. I'm gonna have a bamboo grove from 1. Oh, right. Well, I'm gonna make something for that now. There we go. Ugh. But here we go. For everyone interested, there we go. Alright, we're gonna... Alright. No, let's go one more to the left too. There we go, that's easier. Oh, that's good. I could use some more right there, but it works. Hang on. You know what? You know what? I'm not satisfied yet. We need more cow viewing. This is the content everyone wants. There we go. Oh, look at that. Heck yeah. Alright guys, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. No! I just realized this entire time no one was probably listening. No one's listening, right? No, people are listening. Good. Good. Jeez, man. That was scary. It must be really loud, though. With the fan. Hang on, I'm gonna move it. Alright, that actually seems like it's affecting the microphone less, so that's nice. Alright, I'm back in game. Man, they already grew, huh? That was quick. Those are already growing too. Uh, there we go, that's what I'm looking for. I could use some oak ones for apples. To farm some apples, you know? Well, I have those now. Um, you know, I can make another one, right? Yeah, I can. So, yeah, I'll do that. Get some more gates. I need more dirt again. More dirt. Come on. Alright, so I'll get, yep, iron. Iron, shovels. There, okay. honest, I can't wait until it's a chicken nightmare again. I just have so many chickens. Alright guys, that was a good amount of Minecraft. Alright, yeah.